What's going on YouTube? It is Trev. I know you haven't been seeing me much lately, but it's the way it's going to be now. Back to work. Things are getting crazy. I just wanted to make a really quick video on ELMO. Just to tell you about some things that are happening, some things that have happened. I want to keep you up to date on this one. I've already suggested strongly that you look into it. And it really has just not been letting down at all. But some things have happened, and I want to talk about them real quick, but I also want to show you what's going on with it. So let me take you over real quick to the chart, and I'll do it this way. I don't know what I just did there. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so this is ELMO, and this is what was going on. Now, ELMO is a little over a week, coming up on a couple weeks old, all right? Started off, way down here with 3 zeros. And it went crazy. Then and I drew some lines in here, right? It was traveling in this channel for a little while. Now, if you look at the way this is, every 2 squares is a 24-hour period, is like 1 day, right? So from here to here is 1 day. From here to here is 1 day, right? So a few days, it was kind of traveling in that channel, bouncing up and down, but it was staying pretty true to that. Then it went above the channel, right? People, which was all-time high. It keeps making all-time highs. So it went up, made an all-time high. People took some profits. That's what people do, and you should do that, okay? Climbed itself back up. The community is very, very strong. There are some whales that are involved in this project, because they're investors, yeah, but also because they really enjoy the project. The creators of this project are in touch with some of these whales. They do know some personally, and they are really supporting and propping up and holding this project and keeping it going in the trajectory that it's going in, okay? So I started drawing this line because all of a sudden from here, it just started going parabolic. And where were we? So we were at 2 zeros and, 3.8, 2 zeros, 4, somewhere around there, right? And it broke out of my channel on this candle here, and came all the way up to 2 zeros, 8. And so everybody started thinking, oh, we're going to be losing to 0. And the next candle, boom, right? And these are one hour candles. These are 1 hour candles. So within 2 hours, boom, it came up. It killed that 0. All-time high. People took their profits. They came down. So I drew this. We were clearly on a specific trajectory here, okay? And so I drew this arrow. And we started here at the low when, people took their profits, and then from there it just started skyrocketing. And it really, really followed this trend. Again, above it, below it, above it, below it. But this was the trend that it stayed in. Okay, here. And this was yesterday. A bad day. Here's what happened. I'm going to try to give it to you in a nutshell. Now, I had thought about not explaining exactly how this happened. But I'll give you my reasoning, okay? What happened was the creators of this project were scammed, okay? Okay, and I'll tell you, I wasn't going to tell you exactly how this scam happened because, saying it basically could give people ideas on how to do this. But ultimately, I decided, you know what? Scammers are very intelligent. They're getting very, very creative. They had done this particular scam. It's a specific scam. They had done it earlier in the day to another project. I guess ultimately I've decided, you know what? I would rather let people know about this. Maybe some other projects that are out there, some people that are thinking about making projects, whatever it is. Get this information out there so you know to look for this. Because this was honestly kind of ingenious, right? I don't want to give props to a scammer. They're scum. But man, was this a smart one, right? Here's what happened. The scammer came into the Telegram chat. And, one thing led to another. Basically said that they wanted to buy 10 million ELMO, right? They wanted to do it OTC, right, over the counter. So they got in contact with, I believe, 2 of the core team, right, the developers of this project, and said, listen, let's get in a chat. I will pay for it in ETH, right? I will send you the ETH. Once I send you the ETH, then you can send me the 10 million ELMO, right? Here's what happened. Here's where the scam came in. There must have been 2 or 3 people involved in this scam. They started 2 chats, and they cloned the account. Sorry, oh my goodness, the account of the 2 developers that they were going to be doing this transaction with, and they cloned it. They switched a little letter around. If you take a capital I and a lowercase L, they look identical, right? So if you just change those, you all of a sudden, if you look at it, it looks like the same name, right? So they did some things like that, and they changed it around, right? So now, you've got developer A and developer B, I'll call them, all right? 2 different chats. So the scammer, in one chat, you've got the scammer, developer A, real developer A, fake developer B, another scammer, right? Cloned the account, looked just like it. So developer A thinks he is in a private chat with developer B and the buyer, right? Other chat, you got scammer, buyer, right? Developer B, real developer B, fake developer A, right? Developer B thinks he's in a chat with a buyer and his buddy, developer A, right? Okay. So, I'm not sure if it happened, if they split it in half in the 2 chats. I don't know. But ultimately what happened was, let's go with the one chat, right? So, fake developer B says in the chat, okay, he sent the ETH. I've got it. 10 ETH worth. I have it. I sent it, received it. Go ahead and send him the 10 million ELMO. Unsuspecting developer A, who believes he's in a chat with his partner, right? His partner just told him, it's clear, I got it, go ahead, right? Went ahead and sent the 10 million ELMO to this scammer, who immediately sold it. Sold it all, right? And that's this candle that you see right here. Boom. Brought it way down, okay? So it had been coming down a little bit anyway. Maybe some people were taking profits because we had just hit all-time highs again, right? But on this candle, so it started off this candle at 102124. So this was already up to 2 cents, right? Crashed it down, lost the zero. Sorry, didn't lose the zero yet, but brought it all the way down to 1 penny, right? Tried to bring it back, but now news of the scam was out. The Telegram room didn't know what to make of it. Thought, what, did they just rug us? You know what I mean? Didn't know what was going on. Everybody was trying to figure out exactly what was happening. Well, panic set in and people started selling. Boom, 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 right? Brought it all the way down, picked up the other zero, brought it all the way down to right about where I actually first got in. 2 zeros and 6, 2 zeros and a 5, somewhere around there. It really came down pretty far, right? Everybody started selling off until they figured out exactly what happened. The crew, the developers, felt like crap. They could not believe that they were just scammed like that. But I would have fallen for it. Whatever that means, but I would have fallen for it. Most of you would have fallen for it. This was really, really a smart one. I don't think anybody had ever seen anything like this before, right? Once they figured it out, made some phone calls, got on the phone, let the whales who had been supporting it know what was going on. They said, okay, wow, okay, thanks for letting us know. We're going to help you. We're going to support you. We're going to buy, right? Started buying. And then I started seeing this same trajectory again. So what I did was I cloned this arrow that I have here. I just cloned it, right? And I moved it over. And this was yesterday I moved it over. And this is all we had, right? And I moved it over and I said, it is following the same exact trajectory. Well, it came back up. Some people sold, and then we, traveled sideways for a little bit. And today, boom, boom, boom. The community came in hard. Everybody knows what happened now. Everybody realizes that nobody was rugging anything, right? Everything is still being developed. This is a very strong project. Bitmart will be listing, as far as we know, I believe, as of Monday. I believe it's coming, right? They will be supporting the 10% tax on burns, which is bringing the supply of this thing down like crazy. Every one of these red candles that you see, that's a sell. 10% of that went to burning off the supply. Supply and demand, right? When you whittle down the supply, what you have left is worth more, and it's that much easier for it to keep going up in price, right? And that's what we're seeing here. So, anyway, Bitmart, yeah. Today and yesterday, I believe, the staking was being tested, right? And from what I'm understanding, that staking will be online probably by the end of this weekend, okay? That's the goal. Now, sometimes things happen. Maybe the testing, maybe you find something, whatever, and you want to tweak it and fix it, make sure it's just right. But if everything goes right, we should see staking for ELMO token by the end of this weekend. And the way that works, I talked about it previously, is you'll lock it in for 3 months, for 90 days, if that's what you decide to do. At the end of that 90 days, you will have earned 5% more, okay? It's not an astronomical amount, but it's a pretty decent amount. Because if you did that 4 times in a row, in other words, if you did that for a whole year, you will have gained 5%. You're compounding it, right? 5% on 5%. My math is probably crazy, right? But does that equal 20% at the end of the year? I don't know. But it's a decent amount. 5% also will go, not of yours, right? They'll take another 5% and they'll burn it, right? It goes to the null wallet, the black hole wallet. So it's a way for you to earn more for free and to help to reduce the supply. So I drew my arrow, and today, boom, we are right back on course. And right now we are at 1487. Now, if it follows this same trajectory like it was before the scam, we should see it back up to where it was, 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents. It had gotten up to like 2 cents 3, almost 2 cents 4, right? We should see that maybe 24 hours from now, right? Maybe by Saturday, maybe by the end of the Sunday, we should see ourselves right back up to where we were. If it stays on this trajectory, if everything goes well, it might keep going up. It might kill it. I might have to draw a new arrow going this way. I don't know. But chances are it's going to bounce up and down and it's going to follow this trajectory, right? This is where we are. Now, a lot of people say, well, this thing skyrocketed and went crazy. It went from 2 zeros to 2 cents in, 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks or whatever. Too late to get in. It's already had its run. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If that's the way you want to play it, if that's what you want to think, do whatever you want to do with your money, okay? It's your money. You've got to keep it safe. You've got to make whatever moves you want to make. I can tell you that I speak with this team directly and often, and they are hell-bent on pushing this thing like crazy. They have $1 in their sights, right? It's really, really hard for me to say that about a meme token. But they have $1 in their sights. This is their goal. This is what they're aiming for. $1. Not 5 cents, not 10 cents. They want to push this thing to $1. How long will it take for that to happen? One of my buddies who are involved in this, his name is Classic Crypto. He did some math, and he figured out that with the burn, I forget exactly what it kind of was like no time at all that this thing could be at $1, right? If the math really worked out, and if it stays on this trajectory, if we get more holders, If we, maybe get listed on, some other CEXs and keep doing the things that they're doing. They bring in utility. They really want this to last well beyond meme season. And this is a serious project. It's a meme coin. It's ELMO. It's, the little Sesame Street monster that we all know and love, or his likeness, right? Which makes it a meme. But these guys are serious. I know them. I know what their capabilities are. I know what their regular jobs are. They can do this, in my opinion. So you make up your mind what you want to do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Please like the video. If you want to subscribe. You will be seeing significantly less videos from me, but this is one that I'm going to really stay on because I do own some, right? Full disclosure. And I own it because I think it's going to do really well, okay? So look at it. If you haven't looked at it, you're not involved in it, just look at it. See what's going on. Go to the homepage. Go to the Telegram. Go to all these places. Do your due diligence, but you owe it to yourself to pay attention to this one. Do not sleep on this one. The Pepes and the other different things are really good and can bounce back, and they can be strong and they can do things right now, but they're not doing it right now. And I just got to be honest, right? I'm involved. I'm invested in Pepe, and I hope it does really, really well. I've still got my fingers crossed for it, but it doesn't have what this one has. It doesn't have the utility. Doesn't have things that will take it past the meme season and the hype and the vibe, which are really, really cool, and that can drive it a long way. But once that dies off, what do you have? This one has what it needs, okay? So just my opinion. All right, I got to get going. I am off for the weekend, taking off, me and my fiance. So, I might be on Twitter here and there. Look for me, and I will talk to y'all later. Okay, ciao.